Hello everyone, I'm Annabelle Daniel, Chief Executive Officer of Women's Community Shelters, and I wanted to get a little bit personal today and explain why it is that I do what I do. So I have been a shelter manager. I've managed a shelter just like the 6 that we have in our network. And one of the things that you do as a shelter manager is you have to make the decisions every single day on who you take in to your shelter, to the very precious rooms that are available. And we always have more requests for those rooms than we do have rooms available. Now, a few years ago when I was managing a shelter, I had one room become available one afternoon because a family had moved out and they were starting on their new life. And very quickly after that room became available, I had 3 very desperate requests for it. And one of them was the local police station on the phone, who had a young Aboriginal mother there at the station. She was 22 and she had 3 children. She'd been the victim of a violent domestic assault and it was unsafe for her to go home. And the police officer was absolutely desperate that we take her into that room that we had available. And on the other line, we had another phone call, and the request was from a mother who had been sleeping in her car outside Wollongong for 2 nights with her 2 teenagers. Home wasn't a safe place for them, and she said she would put her last $30 in the world in petrol into the car if she could drive up to Sydney, and we would give her that safe room. And the other referral was from the Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, where the hospital social worker explained that they had a mother who had premature twins, and they didn't want to let her go home because they knew that home was a place of domestic and family violence, and if we couldn't take her into that safe room, there was the chance that her babies would not be able to stay with her. And so those are examples of the kinds of decisions that you have to make every single day as a shelter manager when there just aren't enough rooms in 2019 Australia. And that's why my commitment is so strong to actually create new shelters for women and kids who are homeless or leaving domestic and family violence, so we don't have to make these choices. And right now across the WCS network, there are 6 shelter managers who are making those decisions and supporting women and kids every single day. And we're working to establish shelters 7, 8 and 9 to create more of those important beds. And over the last 12 months, I'm really proud to say that we have provided 17,000 nights of safe accommodation for women and kids. And that is 17,000 times that women and kids have slept safely in one of our shelters instead of in their car or sleeping rough or remaining in an abusive home. And we really need your help to do more of what we do. So if you're considering an end-of-year financial donation, please give to WCS.